you know, it's really neat to be a part of these things. I'm thrilled with the people and the cars and the events. I'm really impressed with how things are laid out. The track and the facility are quite beautiful, and the attention to helping the novice and the intermediate driver get used to their cars is really incredible here.
We're here at Putnam, which I've never been to this track before, you know, and then we're gonna go to Terre Haute tomorrow. It's been a blast for me because of really several different reasons. I get to go out and I get to drive a fast race car, and I get to talk to my race fans of the past and so on. And so all of these events, whether they're this event here that we're running, the Good Guy shows, it's a fraternity, and yes, it's competitive, but it's also for a lot of fun.
Well, there is a gap between what we're doing here and, let's just say, full-blown racing, and I think fun is what fills the gap. You know, when you get into really competitive motorsports, it's competitive. It's real. You're making your living doing it. It's a job. It's dangerous. You know, everything's up there. Whereas the people that have been putting these type of events on, I think the main thing about them is that they're safe, they're fun, they keep the hardcore racing out of it just so it doesn't get that super competitive vibe about it. And I gotta say, it's one of the most enjoyable groups that I've had the pleasure of being, you know, racing with so far.
It's very, very family oriented, and so it's fun for everyone. And whether we're at a road course like we are today or the autocross like we're going to be at tomorrow, it's really all for one, you know, and one for all. It's just it's a great culture. Everybody wants them to be their best and that sort of thing, and so you're not racing against each other and getting out there and making a bad move or anything like that. It's all on you, really, because you're against the stopwatch and that's your competitor.
I mean, it's amazing how these cars handle. You see a 70 Camaro run with a new Camaro. They're really taking stuff and making it better and making it safer, which is even more important than better. And it's fun to drive these cars. I mean, I assure you, these cars are really amazing compared to what they were when they were actually out there. I mean, they always went straight good. Well, now they go straight and they turn and they stop and they do everything else. Just quite amazing. It's unbelievable how well these cars do, actually.
The technology is just going to keep going up and up and up and up.
Well, the road course is a lot faster, higher speeds, and I would say slower in the car stuff. So the setup has to be quite different, and the timing of things in the driver. When you get to an autocross, it's very tight, it's very quick, and the car has to react really quickly. In an autocross, you have to have fast hands.
You know, throughout my career, I've driven just about all the cars that there are to be driven, but I never did autocross, and so it was all brand new to me, and something that Robby got me into. He tried it last year, and Robby just talked about how fun it was, that it was a blast. His face just totally lit up, and he goes, "Al, you got to try it." And I go, "Well, tell me a little bit about it." He goes, "Well, it's you know, in a parking lot. We got cones that we go through, and it's about 60 seconds, and that's it." And I go, "Really? Cones in a parking lot? You know, I mean, how exciting is that?" And he goes, "Al, you got to try it. It's a blast." And so we went and we tried it in the 65 Nova, and it's everything that Robby said plus more. I mean, it's challenging. You got to go out there and you got to be real precise. You got to throw the car around. You got to be fast. And if you take down a cone anywhere, it's a second penalty. And so one cone takes you out of the competition basically. And so what I've had to learn on the autocross is that I have to slow the car down more, and I have to get it turned, and then I have to accelerate it off. There's a real fine line with the autocross that you need to hustle the car, but with the tires that we're running, which is street tires, what I found for myself is that I've overdriven the corner or overdriven the track, and so I end up knocking down cones and stuff like that, and so and then I've gone too slow. And so right now, Robby, when we first started, Robby had about 2.5 seconds on me, and I've got that down to 1 second now. And so I'm just going to keep chewing away at it and see if we can't beat him at the end of the year.
You know, both Al and I really enjoy seeing people enjoy their vehicles. We were blessed enough to be able to drive cars to make a living and to make our life work for us. And it's really neat to see other people get that experience. When you go out and you do something in a car yourself and you go better than you thought you could and you go fast, it's unbelievable. And I'm very thankful for everybody that puts these on.